A unique garage filled with chains, bolts, and used tires opens up its squeaky doors every morning. It's the neighborhood gem, where the unmistakable charm draws people in. The converted space is tucked in a cul-de-sac in the heart of Gainesville and serves a dual purpose: a home for vehicles and...
I turned my side of the garage into a bike shop.
The story of the garage began more than 2 decades ago, while Roger Dimitri was a major in the U.S. Army.
I help load bikes every once in a while.
After retiring and moving to Gainesville, Roger and his wife discovered a new kind of freedom in biking.
It's a good reason to keep on getting up every day.
Roger's love for biking inspired his wife, Diann, to launch Bikes for Homeless Vets. She's able to combine her husband's passion for biking with her mission to empower veterans.
Most of them either can't afford a car, have a history where they're never going to be able to get a car, and bikes are the ideal situation.
According to Veterans Data Center, there are more than 2,200 homeless vets in Florida, and many just need someone to lend a helping hand.
They've done this job, a lot of them, it's affected them mentally, physically, and to kind of like just be the, like thrown away or not to be dealt with anymore. It makes me very angry.
Diann and her mechanic, Pete, work as a well-oiled machine to create these bikes based on height, weight, and mobility.
I make the bicycles happen.
A veteran himself, Pete arrived to Gainesville in 2010 after he left the service. Battling his own mental health, he found himself in a dark place.
I was a basket case, mostly stayed curled up in a corner, couldn't even hardly look at a city bus, much less get on one.
But the bikes gave him a reason to get up in the morning.
So I know how depressing it can be to be stuck. And a bicycle is a form of freedom to help get unstuck.
And 11 years later,
fixing up bicycles gave me a purpose.
Pete and his dog Peanut are paying it forward, creating the same bikes that changed his life. Once the bikes are finished, Diann loads them up and takes them to the homeless vets shelter, like this one at Grace Marketplace. This vets-only dorm can hold up to 30 veterans, and they eagerly await Diann's weekly delivery.
And the vets that are in there, just about everybody in there, they gotten all their bikes from Diann.
Ernest Atkins got his first bike from the program back in 2016. Now, after 2 major procedures in a year and a third one on the horizon, he can no longer ride a traditional 2-wheeled bike. He asked Diann for an electric bike, which is rare for the program. But within 24 hours...
She goes, "I got good news for you." I said, "What's that, Diann?" She goes, "I got your bike."
Ernest's bike goes up to 17 miles per hour, and he takes it all the way across town. He calls this a blessing.
So, and I've used it. I love it. It's done me a wonderful.
Diann's new mission, aiming to give veterans across the country the freedom and independence of a bike, one ride at a time.
I call it like the Church of the Great Outdoors, and it's making a difference in someone else's life that really makes me feel good.
Pete and Diann want to make 1,000 more bikes in the next decade, pedaling towards a brighter future. In Gainesville, Bianca Smith, WUFT News.